What is going on? And today we're finally going to be able to zero in all of our guns, which is technically 2 because this scope already came zeroed in. This one we actually zeroed in ourselves through trial and error, and nobody really cares about the 22 because it's a fucking 22. But we are going to zero in our AK and our everyday carry, which is pretty crazy because to this point I've had it for about a year and it's still not zeroed in. So I've been roaming the world in hardcore mode, just running around with a not zeroed in weapon, which is dangerous for y'all or for any potential threat out there, and for myself. So with that being said, we're going to be using this here Tactical Elites laser pointer to see if it can actually help us zero in our guns without having to go to the range. Alright, so we are literally in my house here. So the whole point is to be able to zero my gun in before or not having to go to the range to do so. So with that being said, I'm currently clearing out my gun. YouTube, see, it is clear. No mag here. Let me just quickly. It is clear here as well. Look at that. No ammo. No ammo. Alright. Alright, so essentially the way this works is I grab this little device here, put it down the barrel. I have to put the 9mm attachment on it, and just throw it down the barrel. Throw it down the barrel. It is nice and stuck in there now. And then you pretty much just turn it on and check the distance you want to zero it in then, and then you just align your scope to wherever the laser is pointing at. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So let's see if it actually works. It being my everyday carry and it being a pistol, I want to zero it in at 15 yards. So literally still within my house, I'm going to try to find a range with the rangefinder here, get at 15 yards. I don't know if you can see all the way down there. The laser is literally pointing towards... Can you see? Oh yeah, y'all can see the laser down there. Alright, so from here, literally, it's just a matter of trying to hold the thing steady and trying to zero this bad boy in. Which by the looks of it, we weren't that off. It's just a little bit to the left of it, so... Yeah, that is right on the money there. So, according to this laser, at 15 yards, I should technically be very well zeroed in. Alright, so the laser for right now doesn't look like it worked the way we thought it would when it came to zeroing in, because I was all over the paper. It could be user error, which I doubt it because I'm a badass. But we're going to switch the attachment here. The range is kind of busy today, but once we find an opportunity to go out and test it, we will do that and see if we can narrow this down and finally have a zeroed in weapon. Alright, so weapon clear. YouTube, don't get mad. Put this down the barrel. Yeah, no, so it's still holding 0. It's still holding true to its word. I mean, I can still see my reticle still covering that laser sight, so it might be user error. We'll load up again here in a bit and we'll try it again. We're still having zeroing in issues. Alright, now we're going to try it on some steel targets. Yeah, see? The grouping was a bit tighter, but I'm still shooting low, so might have to calibrate the scope a bit more. Alright, so we're going to give the gun 2 more attempts at trying to see if the groupings can get any better. We're trying a different set of brand of bullets here, ammunition here. And if not, we're going to have to zero the gun the old school way, my way. Try to get it back to the way it was before we came out here, because it was pretty good zeroed in when we came out here until this screwed it up, if that's the problem. So, different type of brand, different type of bullet. Let's see if that works. Okay. Alright, so we're going to erase the current scoreboard and we're going to try again, this time zeroing it in old school way through trial and error. We're going to do 2 shots, adjust the scope, 2 shots, adjust the scope until we can kind of narrow it down. The first 2 shots are about like 5 to 6 inches apart, so I'm going to try to work on my grip, try to work it slow. I already did lower it because I was shooting a bit low. So let's try it out and see if we can zero in the Glock. Okay. Still shooting low. Oh.
NANI?!
Huh? Yeah, but I still got 2 flyers towards the bottom. So I think I'm pretty sure that's me. I don't know, maybe at the moment of pulling the trigger, I'm either flinching or I'm anticipating the recoil, so I'm like flinching and I'm shooting it, or they're just random ass flyers, but I always get 2. Minimum, I always get 1 or 2. Alright, so we're not going to be able to zero in the AK because due to the laser's potency, strength, I don't know how you classify laser strength. You can't see the laser at 50 yards, which is what I want to zero the scope on my AK at. So, sadly, we're going to have to do it the old school way through trial and error, and as you can see, that burns through bullets. I can attest to that. So, me thinking that we were going to be able to do this with the laser in daylight, I brought only a few, like I basically just brought 1 mag, so we're going to have to YOLO this, and hopefully it's enough to do the trick, but we'll see. Let's give it our best shot. Literally. You see the impact? Okay, so I need a little. Looks like I need to go a little bit to the left. Looks like I'm a bit low to the left, so just a little bit here, a little bit there, and we should be good. So, once again, it was a doozy trying to zero in. It looks like towards the end we actually did manage to zero it in because I got a couple center hits at the red circle, which was where I'm aiming at. But from here, you'll see here in a second that I was all over the place, but then I was able to narrow it down. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go get more and do a grouping test to make sure that it is what it is. All right, so I don't know if y'all can see here, but towards the end, we actually were managing to, Jesus Christ, to narrow it down a bit on the groupings there. Sadly, I did run out of bullets before we could actually manage to land 5 at least in the circle, but we're gonna go get more ammo and we're gonna try this again. All right, so this video was a semi-bust. We did get to review the Tactical Elite laser light, right? So it did, we did manage to, wow. All right, so we did manage to put the reticle right on top of the laser, and we did shoot it, and the bullets were still going all over the place. So it might be a user error, most likely. Unlikely, because I'm a badass, but hypothetically, let's just say it might be my fault. And so, that's going to conclude today's video pretty much. Shit, the Tactical Elite, did it work? We don't fucking know. Why? Because I suck at shooting. So, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to dedicate a video of just nothing but zeroing in our weapons. All of our guns. We're going to zero in all of our guns, like the 45, the AK, the 9mm, possibly even the AR-15 if we're done building it and a video comes out on it. But if not, well, we gotta do things in order because we're not savages in this channel. So with that being said, I don't know, since it's gonna be a long ass video of me zeroing stuff in, I don't know, maybe leave some questions down below as to, maybe we can turn it into a Q&A, you know, like I'll come out here, I'll start shooting my guns and shit, trying to zero in, and I could be answering some of y'all's fan-made questions, which I don't really think I have fans, but who knows? I mean, YouTube says I have 200 of y'all that continuously come back to my channel, so those are pretty good numbers. Hey, to those 200 guys, if y'all have any questions about who I am, what I am, because y'all don't know my pronouns yet because y'all haven't asked. That's going to be it for this video. For the next video, we're most likely going to zero in all of our weapons, so leave a question down below that y'all want to know about me to get to know me a bit more. And also, what do y'all want me to call y'all? Because like, hey guys, no, like let's further this relationship, you know? Let's give us a title here, you know? Let's boyfriend and girlfriend this. Like, do we have an official title? What do y'all want me to call y'all? Want me to call you babies, my little soldiers, my cutesy wootsies? Like, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Give me some good ideas down there, and I'll consider them, because I'm pretty sure some of y'all are weirdos and might giving me some weird suggestions and shit, but I'm happy to hear them all. With that being said, guys, that's going to conclude today's video. Tactical Elite, I don't want to dog on y'all because, again, it might not even be y'all's fault. It might not even be y'all. It's probably me. So, I'll see y'all on the next one.